Hey guys, what's going on? So I've had a lot of questions about a template slash how-to slash, basically how do I make my clips look good for different social media. A few things you have to remember about the different social medias is like Instagram, always a 1:1 ratio, whereas like stories and TikTok are the opposite. It's 9:16 instead of 16:9, like you guys would see on normal TV. So part of the reason you want to do this is to make sure that your timelines, all your socials look good. What I mean by that is like if you're scrolling through Instagram, they have all these little weird shaped squares and they're not all even, and it just overall it doesn't look good, it doesn't look professional, and it's not going to cause people to take you, I wouldn't say seriously, but it looks a lot better that it saves you time. Okay, I have this set up, you edit it once, you export it, render it, done. So should be a big time saver, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, first things first, what we're gonna do is there's gonna be a zip file that you're gonna be downloading. If you open that up, you don't want to extract it all. I've already done so don't bother with that. Then what's gonna be is this folder right here. You're gonna have two Photoshop files and a Premiere file. What you're going to want to do with that is want to open up the Photoshop files first. Okay, I'm going to go through that in a second of why. So easiest one to work with is the Instagram template. So we're going to open that up. I already had it open. We're going to read the instructions here. We want to read through them. It's going to be read the guide below, which is like all this stuff. Make edits as necessary, export as PNG, import to Premiere, replace current image and Instagram image sequence with your lots of words, but I'm going to go through it real quick. So if you guys look over here on the side, you guys can see that there is a guide, there's a graphic example, there's edit me, then there's don't touch me. Obviously they're pretty self-explanatory of which one's which. So the guide that I'm going to show you is that so the video while you're doing your setup in Premiere will go here. And so this blue area right here is where the video is going to go. Now, you can change the color if you know how to do Photoshop. It won't be the easiest thing in the world. If you guys really want me to do a video on that, I can. So what it says is down here, this is the biggest thing, is you can put a loop or in Premiere or a graphic in Photoshop. Enable graphic example to see. So do that. Well, we're gonna get rid of the guide first. So you can do something like this on this is your Instagram template. So be sure that you figure out beforehand what you're gonna do. In this case, we specifically have a looping animation that's gonna be going on in the background. So I don't need that right now. I'm gonna turn that off, okay? Look back at the guide though. So the title will go here in Premiere, so don't mess with any of this stuff here. There's two versions of the social media, depending on if all your socials are the same or not. What I mean by that, let's back off. Open the edit me, and we see there's different name socials and same name socials. So like for example, with Leviathan, they have, all the names weren't available, so we have separate names. So one of them's Leviathan RP, one of them's Leviathan Gaming, one of them's Leviathan 5M. So you need to separate them out a bit. Now, if let's say we were able to get Leviathan RP on every single media, then we would turn this one off, we turn this one on, and there you go. You have all your socials right there. Feel free to resize this as needed. However, that will mess with the template once we get into Premiere. So I highly recommend you don't, but it's a... So if we go down to the edit me bottom line tag, what that is this part right here. See how it's disappearing at the very bottom? So you can put whatever you want. You can put, new YouTube video out tomorrow or something like that. Basically, I use this as like either a call to action or news that I want to give to my viewers. So I think that's the best way to do it. It's kind of in the bottom, but people still see it because they're looking around, and eventually, you'll get the hang of it. Now, this is for your TikTok and your stories. The reason we do it this way is because when you're looking at TikTok and stuff like that, generally people like to see what's the action is, not what's going on the side. So believe it or not, same idea. The instructions tell you to do basically the same thing. So let's turn those off. And then when we go to same thing with the title, same thing with the tagline and all that, all gonna be the same. And the same thing with the loop. The biggest thing here is that you want to make sure that you have your social media how you want, and you want it in the middle of the screen. What a lot of people will do sometimes is, if you want, you can put like your webcam down here, like right here. But the issue with that is, I mean, I didn't really actually include it in the template, but if you guys want me to make another template that does do that, then that's fine. Let's remove the guide and see what it looks like. These are all obviously social medias with the name, and what people will do is they'll put their webcam right here, and then video up here, zoomed in. That's the biggest thing I want to make a very big point of, is when we get into the Premiere part of this, that it's going to look weird because it's not going to include the whole image. Now, if there are parts where you want to include it, we can get to that. I'll show you how to do that. It's not that hard, but I would recommend saving a hard copy of this template so that if you screw it up, you can always go back to it. I already did the liberty of exporting it. However, we're going to do that real quick. Go File, Export. Quick export is PNG, or I know if you're on an older version, there is I think there's like an export PNG option right here, or you can go Save As down here. There should be a PNG option here. Okay, this is the social media clips template. Like I said, save different copies of this. Don't edit it so that you don't have to re-download it. Okay, so we got our Premiere open, and what we're going to do first is we're going to edit our footage. I already edited my footage earlier, so it's not a big deal. You guys have probably already seen this clip actually, but I've been doing things like this for a while. So and let's say I fully edited it, you know, I added the text here. By the way, feel free to use any of these texts you want. It just, you know, it depends on how you want to do it. You can always use keyframes, but I can do that in another tutorial if you guys want. That's how you move text around, like if you guys see me past. And yeah, so we edited our footage. That's done. You guys can delete this later. This is just kind of like a little tool tip for you guys. If you guys don't have a loop, if you guys notice right here, there's a loop on the bottom that is going through. If you don't have that, feel free to delete this. So for example, actually, I don't think I showed you guys earlier. This is what would be there instead of a loop. So something like this is sometimes I'll do because a loop doesn't always make sense, but it's all up to you. In this case, we do have a loop. So we're just gonna leave it. If you don't, just feel free to delete this. Done. But I'm not gonna delete it because we still have it. The Instagram, the replace me. Like I said before, the first thing we want to do is replace our images with the ones that we just created in Photo. Do is we right click this, and we go to replace footage, and we go find, and we just select the file, and then okay, I already did that though. So and what it should do is it will update it. Do the same thing with the story. If we look at the story, aka TikTok. So in a few of them, I have it set up so that, you know, obviously for the clips that you guys have seen on our Leviathan Instagram, and even my Instagram and anything like that, there's one that has the Twitch on the bottom. Open this up a bit bigger. You see it says check out this clip from da da da. Okay. Now you don't necessarily need that. Obviously, that's not necessarily what is required. However, if you guys want to use that, you can. However, there's also another version that doesn't have it. Okay, here you guys can see it's now. Okay, but what I do want to show you guys is the title of your clip and how to edit those. So if we go open up title of your clip, Note to self, don't shoot that. So if we look back, you see it says note to self, don't shoot that. If we look at our story render, it says note to self, don't shoot that, as well as the Twitch name up top. Okay. Obviously, just so you know, we're not changing this here. We're changing another sequence. This just keeps it all neat, and we have to keep on moving things around and all messy. And trust me, it's better in the long run. So we're gonna open up the title of your clip, which is this one right here. Note to self, don't shoot that. We're gonna say when propane phrase. So we changed this, and then now we're all set. One thing I do want to bring up that actually, we'll get to that in a second. So if we look here, it switches up here when propane betrays you, when propane betrays you. All the same here. Now, if you have room and you want to make it bigger, obviously, with your central graphics, you can make it a little bit bigger. But just try and keep it within the box that is there. Because, you know, here we go. Now the story looks better. That looks better, except for the fact that it is a bit big. So we gotta look at that. Okay, gotta make sure that it is going to be there. So, let's close that. And let's get to something else that I wanted to show you. Make sure that text is within these two. Reason being is that it's going to make your life a lot easier. And like I said, this is why. If you need to turn them off, like it says right here, click on the program window, view, guide. Okay? That way it's not in your way. Another thing to take in consideration is when you are doing text. Like I said, I have the Twitch name up here. It's covering it. So you gotta be careful with that as well. Make sure that it's not gonna cover it. Always check all your renders. Okay, so let's review real quick. So we went and we edited all our footage. We made sure that they were within the guides of here so that it does show up within this little square box right here. Because like I said before, the stories are going to look a bit different. They're going to be zoomed in a bit. Now, if you need to make them less zoomed in, I don't recommend it because you might mess with some stuff, but click on, when you see the top game one, this one, okay, same thing. Click up here, motion, resize it, fit. Now, I specifically on purpose put another one behind it that's blurred, so it kind of looks, you know, like it's not just a blank page. So you can do this, but like I said, I don't recommend it. If you're not experienced with Premiere, it can screw things up. But if you just click motion up in the top left corner in your edits, you can resize as needed. Now I'm clicking the wrong one, but that's the blurred one. Okay. Okay. So once you've finished all of that, we have two different versions. We have Instagram render Twitch, Instagram render no Twitch. Let's close all these so it's less confusing. So sometimes what will happen is this will be all the way a minute. Never want anything longer than a minute because that will do a few things. One, Instagram will allow it. You'll have to go into the Instagram or whatever the hell it is. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of it. So I just prefer to keep smaller than a minute. Now, however, if your clip is like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, do not delete Timebar. Let's say our clip is a minute long, but we notice that, you know, it's kind of cut off here. So it's like just kind of like dead air right here. What we're gonna do is we can cut the bottom layer. You guys see right here it says cut the length of clip. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Now press R and stretch. Now what this is the bar that goes across the bottom. You guys ever watch that on Facebook? Where you see how it moves the bar? Let's make it moves the bar across so people know when the clip's gonna be over. What that does is actually entices them and says, hey, okay, I'm not gonna keep on scrolling because I actually have an idea of what that can help too in a lot of ways. And what that does, so obviously it's not over yet, so we gotta drag it out a little bit. I think this is, what, 45 seconds? Oh, no, it's all the way to the end. So we gotta go out a little bit further. Come on. There it goes. And now we see that the bar ends right when the clip ends. Okay? So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Once you're done, all you really need to do is render it. So if we close all these up here, close edits, let's close like all of them. We have our Instagram, we have our TikTok, and we have our YouTube and Facebook. YouTube and Facebook is just standard like YouTube things, and even that YouTube clips is a really big thing now. I recommend taking advantage of it. So what we're going to do is we are going to open up another program called Adobe Media Encoder. Okay. I'm going to send some presets in with the zip file. They weren't in the video that you guys saw, but I'm going to include them. Okay. What we're going to do is we are going to open this, find our file, but first make sure you save it because any changes you make isn't going to save. Okay. Find our file, media template, social media clips. Okay. Now you guys are going to see some extra stuff. Don't worry about it. Only open up the renders. But this one, in this case, I'm going to do no Twitch for the Instagram. I'm going to do Twitch with the story, and I just want YouTube, Facebook. We hold down Control and do all three of those. Now, if we look here, the presets, I already have presets set. Like I said, I'll include these in the file. You guys can import. I already have them imported, but I'm going to teach you how to import. So we're going to import preset. It'll be in this folder. You'll be able to do it. What that's going to do is it's going to cause it to be one by one. Perfect. And then what we want to do is we want to kind of go through here, make sure that it is exactly how we want it. Let's say we want to end it right before the Leviathan logo. Go back. And down here in the bottom right. Okay. Don't worry about any other settings. Down here, they should be all pretty close to what they're supposed to be. But you can import a preset right here. Or this one. What you can do, which I've done in the past, like I said, import all the presets I include in this. For the story, all right, we know it's a story. So what we want to do is I have a preset called story. Drag it, top of it, and boom, I'm done. One thing I will do all the time though is I'll open it up and see how here it goes all the way to the 1 minute mark. It doesn't watch your settings, so you gotta be careful as in terms of the length. So I'm gonna go here, ends, there, click this button, click OK, go, and then you just render it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try and get to them. Don't forget, the download link will be in the description. It'll have the Photoshop files, it'll have the Premiere file, and it'll also have the presets that you'll need in order to run them correctly. So you can also find me on the Leviathan Discord, discord.io/LeviathanRP. That will also be in the description, as well as our normal Discord, mine, Fates, and the Coos, the Phallic Empire, phallicempire.com. That'll take you directly to our Discord. Again, please feel free if you want more of to let me know if you want more of these videos, if you want more tutorials, just let me know and I'd be glad to do them. These are actually kind of fun to do, so I like sharing my knowledge. Hope you guys have fun, hope you guys make some awesome clips, and I'll see you guys next time.